the power of social media and the celebrity obsession our culture has, not one day passes without one of the Kardashian-Jenner sisters making headlines. The women love to flaunt their fashions, perfect makeup, and curvaceous figures. But there is one woman who has all those qualities and more, without having to post a pouty selfie every second of the day: Scarlett Johansson. But what you might not know about the smoldering actress is that she has a distinctly weird side, which would make a way more interesting reality TV show than the Kardashians. The stunning actress is known for taking strange, independent movie roles and specializing in alien parts, as well as those that play on her undeniable sensual presence. The actor-singer has been in the business since she was a child, yet very little is said about this stunning woman outside of her work. She stays away from scandal or gossip, focusing on her craft instead. But Scarlett also has a predilection for the macabre and some seriously weird taste in more than one area of her life. Perhaps this is part of the reason why she shuns the spotlight in favor of shadier lighting and interests. All we know is, she's not just a pretty face. There's something pretty darned quirky about this lady. Johansson has all the qualities to make her a Hollywood bombshell: husky voice, curvaceous figure, and full pouty lips. She shows that you can have a happy, stable life and career despite having been a child actor, or does she? 10 things you didn't know about Scarlett Johansson. YouTube, and you can join our club by clicking on that subscribe button. Also be sure to turn on your notifications by clicking on the bell. Number 10. Child actress. Born on November 22, 1984, in New York City, Scarlett Johansson attended the renowned Manhattan Professional Children's School. She graduated alongside classmates like Carrie Fisher and Sarah Michelle Gellar. She started going to commercial and film auditions when she was a little girl. But she wasn't particularly good at commercials, so her mother began limiting her to film projects. This worked out well, because she soon got her first film role when she was only 9 in the project Manny and Leo, alongside her twin brother, Hunter Johansson. Johansson has said that she's always wanted to be an actress and that she used to put on performances for adults when she was a little kid. Ever since I was 3 or 4 I was very dramatically inclined. I was very outgoing. I loved adults' attention and I loved to perform. I used to put on shows for my family, she said in an interview with Express. Number 9. Directorial debut. Viewers are used to seeing Scarlett Johansson in front of the camera as a leading lady. But she's slated to make her directorial debut on an adaptation of Truman Capote's first novel, Summer Crossing. This will be a much buzzed about project when it is finally released, because the novel was thought to be lost after Capote tossed the manuscript in the garbage back in the 1940s. It was rescued by either a janitor or a house sitter and was auctioned off in 2004. Johansson has been prepping for the project for years. When asked about stepping behind the camera as a producer, she said, "I think for me it's kind of a natural progression. I've been working as an actor for over 20 years and I think I find at this stage in my career I often am probably one of the more experienced people in any given production that I'm working on. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but it just comes with working for such a long time," she said. Number 8. Smoker. She's been smoking since she was 15 years old. She couldn't seem to kick that habit until she got pregnant with her now 3-year-old daughter, Rose. Now that she's a mother, according to a source at Us Weekly, she very rarely has a cigarette, and if she does, it's far away from her child. Number 7. Highest grossing actress in 2016, Scarlett Johansson was named the 10th highest earning actor, out of all males and females in Hollywood. According to the Box Office Mojo, She raked in $3.3 billion at the domestic box office, which makes her the highest-earning actress in all history. She's also the youngest actor to ever reach this top 10 list. She was beat out by Harrison Ford, Samuel L. Jackson, Morgan Freeman, Tom Hanks, Robert Downey Jr., Eddie Murphy, Tom Cruise, Michael Caine, and even Johnny Depp. Just this past May, she discussed the gender wage gap in Hollywood and said, "I am very fortunate, I make a really good living. And I'm proud to be an actress who's making as much as many of my male peers at this stage. I think every woman has been underpaid, but unless I'm addressing it as a larger problem, for me to talk about my own personal experience with it feels a little obnoxious. It's part of a larger conversation about feminism in general." Number 6. Nude photos. Like many other celebrities now, Scarlett Johansson has been the victim of phone hacking. In 2011, she suffered a severe invasion of privacy when her phone was hacked and nude photos from 3 years prior were stolen and posted on the internet. The private and personal photos were intended for her former husband, Ryan Reynolds. Instead of cowering in hiding, she called authorities and took charge of the situation. After an FBI investigation, it was discovered that the culprit was Christopher Cheney. He was arrested and charged with multiple felonies to which he pleaded guilty. "It just wasn't me. It was others. I don't want to be a victim and say, 'Oh well,' and just hide my head in shame. Somebody stole something from me. It's sick. I don't want people like that to slide." When all those photos came out, of course I go out to dinner and think, "God damn it, these people have all seen my, that's terrible." You know what I mean. You can't not think that, even if they haven't. "You're paranoid," she said in an interview with Vogue. Number 5. Scarlett. The media loves to make up nicknames for actors and actresses, especially when it comes to relationships, but the nickname Scarlett, created for Scarlett Johansson, is something we should drop immediately because she really hates it. In an interview with Glamour, she said the nickname is tacky, lazy and even kind of violent. "I associate that name with, like, pop stars. It sounds tacky, it's lazy and flippant, and there's something kind of violent about it. There's something insulting about it," she said. Johansson also doesn't like the fact that she's often labeled as a young sex symbol in Hollywood. "When I made Lost in Translation, I was 17. And now I'm 29. I think I've been in my early 20s for, like, over a decade. That's a normal side effect of being a young actor. You're captured in a certain time of your life, and it's hard for people to move past that." Number 4. Married to Romain Doriac. She married French journalist and art collector Romain Doriac in October 2014, not long after she gave birth to their now 2-year-old daughter, Rose. He manages an advertising company. In an interview with Vanity Fair, she said, "We do different things. He's in the whole art scene world. So it's nice, because we can enjoy each other's worlds. But we don't have our crazy conflicting schedules and all that other stuff to contend with." And, you know, of course, actors, in general, they're obsessed with emotions. The couple announced that they had separated in January 2017 and then finalized their divorce in September 2017. Johansson was reportedly the one to pull the plug on the relationship after she realized that they didn't have much in common with regards to their lifestyles. Number 3. NYU turned her down. A lot of people would be surprised to learn that this successful actress was denied admission from acting school. She applied to New York University's Tisch School of the Arts in 2003, but they turned her down. This allowed her to focus on her career, which skyrocketed not long after. She's come a long way in her career since then. She's won a Tony Award for her performance in the off-Broadway play A View from the Bridge, received 4 Golden Globe nominations, won a British Academy Film Award for her role in Lost in Translation, and has received many more nominations and wins throughout her career. Number 2. Johansson did an interview with New York Magazine and divulged what animal she is most afraid of, and it might be surprising. "I'm only scared of birds. Something about wings and beaks and the flapping. I'm terrified of them. That still hasn't gone away. If they'd asked me to put a bird on my shoulder, I would have done it, but it would have been hard. Cockroaches. I cannot stand cockroaches. That's one thing I absolutely couldn't do. But that's not really an animal, is it? It's an insect. Actually, my uncle is terrified of birds, as well. So it runs in the family," she said. Number 1. She can play the kazoo. Scarlett Johansson is not only an extremely talented actress, but she's also pretty musically inclined. She's released 2 albums to date, Anywhere I Lay My Head in 2008 and Break Up in 2009, which was a collaboration with Pete Yorn. She's also been the voice behind several soundtracks in films like He's Just Not That Into You and the song Before My Time, but Chasing Ice, which received an Academy Award nomination for Best Original Song. What's more interesting is that she has admitted she can play the kazoo. In an interview with The Telegraph, she talked about having the title of being an artist. "I don't feel like an actor or a singer. I am able to focus wherever my mind wanders. Recording is a different kind of creativity. I'm not a musician. I can sing. I can play the kazoo," she said.